Good par. The ball was still rolling when he said it. I hadn't even looked up yet. I was still holding the putter out in front of me, trying to read whether it had enough pace to reach the cup. It tracked left at the end, caught the edge, and dropped. I blinked. For half a second, I wasn't sure if he was being polite or if he actually meant it. Then I glanced at the scorecard in my pocket. Par 4. Drive in the fairway. Second shot just short of the green. Chip to 6 feet. One putt. 4 strokes. He was right. Yeah, I said, almost surprised. I'll take it. I came into golf through work and had to understand how golfers talk. I didn't need expensive lessons or endless rabbit holes online. I wanted clarity. So I built a free place to start at learngolfterms.com/start. Again, it's learngolfterms.com/start to access and download the free training. Golf has its own language, and sometimes one word carries more weight than you expect. Par is the standard number of strokes an expert golfer is expected to take to complete a hole. That includes the tee shot, the approach shots, and 2 putts once you're on the green. On most courses, holes are labeled par 3, par 4, or par 5. Add them all up over 18 holes, and you usually get a total par of 70, 71, or 72. On a par 3, you're expected to reach the green with your first stroke from the teeing area and take 2 putts. On a par 4, it's typically one shot from the tee, one approach to the green, then 2 putts. Par 5 gives you a little more room. 2 full shots to get near the green, a third onto it, then 2 putts. That's the blueprint. The word itself came into golf in the late 19th century. It was borrowed from financial language, where par meant an equal or standard value. By the early 1900s, par was being used to describe the ideal score for a hole. When the United States Golf Association began formalizing course ratings and standards, par became part of the structure of the game. Today, every scorecard lists it. Every broadcast graphic shows it. Every player measures against it. You'll hear par in all kinds of tones. On a casual weekend round, someone taps in and says, "That's a par," almost with relief. In a competitive club match, par might feel like survival. If the hole played tough and the wind picked up, making par can feel like stealing one back from the course. In a charity scramble, though, par can sound different. Sometimes it's followed by laughter. We'll take par, I guess, because in that format, everyone's chasing birdies. In a corporate setting, par often carries quiet respect. A client makes par on a long par 4 and someone nods and says, "Solid." No big celebration, just acknowledgement. The energy of par shifts depending on the moment. Sometimes it feels steady and professional. Sometimes it feels like recovery. On a hole where others are making bogey, par feels strong. On a hole where birdies are falling, par can feel neutral. It rarely brings loud cheers, but it holds the round together. You'll hear it spoken simply. "That was a grind. I'll take par." "I know, that hole's no joke." There's no explanation attached, no breakdown of yardage or swing mechanics. Everyone understands what it means. When you instantly recognize par in conversation, something small but important happens. You don't have to count strokes in your head. You don't have to wait for someone to translate. You know where that score sits in relation to the hole. You understand whether the tone should be satisfied, relieved, or just matter of fact. That understanding changes how you stand there. You're not just watching, you're following. Back on that green, I slid the ball out of the cup and handed it to him so he could finish. We walked toward the next tee box without much commentary. No high fives, no dramatic reactions, just a small mark on the card. Par. If you want to feel more comfortable when golf comes up, I created something called Before Your First Tee. It is a short, focused program that helps you understand the language and follow what is happening in real conversations. You will know what people mean and how to respond without feeling lost. You can find it at learngolfterms.com/talk. That's learngolfterms.com/talk. Start feeling comfortable before the round even begins.